Now it's broadcasting on Google and YouTube. Isn't that how that goes? Oh.
Everything you do. Eat your chocolates.
Okay. Will you give me one, please?
Oh, I want a coffee. Maybe when we just make a new batch of that cold brew, think about other people and refill the thing, you know, we're refilling it.
Are we? With water?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm not a bad person. I just do one.
Hello, Hector.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Very well, and you?
I'm good, thank you. Welcome to class.
Thank you very much.
Good. Where are you from?
Excuse me?
Where are you from?
I am from Spain.
In Spain. Have you been in any of my classes before?
No, it's my first time.
Okay, I thought so. Nice to meet you.
The same to me. Oh, I don't know how to answer.
Same
here.
to you. You could say same to you.
Same to you. Okay.
Or you too.
Okay, thanks.
Great. All right. Well, this is a grammar class. We should have a few more people joining us. So we'll wait a minute.
Okay.
And there's Gregors. Gregors, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Welcome to class. Should be fun, I hope, for me, because I like grammar. Maybe not fun for you. But we have a 2-hour block. You do not need to be here for both hours. It's just there are a lot of exercises, and we'll be looking at the simple future, which of course is not so simple. There are 3 forms that have sometimes different meanings. So that's what we're here for. There is a link to the lesson in the chat, so you can have the lesson open on your screen. But we will get started. I'll share on this side. Hopefully we'll have more people joining us. But this is a great lesson because it starts with a grammar review, and that's where we will start. And then we'll practice all of that with some exercises. Please feel free to ask questions at any time. Here we go. All right. So the simple future, not so simple. There are 3 forms. And the 3 ways to express a future time in English is will plus a base verb, will go, for example. Be going to plus the base verb, I am going to go, for example. Or be plus the ing verb. I am washing dishes later. All right, so 3 different forms, different rules for how and when to use them. Will plus the base verb. We use will plus the base verb when you are deciding future plans at the moment. For example, if someone invited you to go to a party next Friday, you could answer, sure, I will go with you. Will plus the base verb is the most formal way of forming the future tense. Here are some examples. Let's maybe have some of you read examples. Greg, would you read the first example there?
Yes. Do you two want to go to the movies later? So we'll go.
Great. Great. Thank you, Greg. Our second example, Hector, will you read the second example, please?
Yes, she will do whatever her mother tells her to do.
Great. Thank you very much. So future plans at the moment. And Turkey, hello.
Hi, teacher.
How are you?
Fine. You?
Good, I'm good, thank you.
Hi, everyone.
And will you read the third example for us, please?
Okay, third one. When you enter the room on Monday, you will see a sign-up sheet on the table.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Great job. So those are some examples of will plus the base verb. The base verb is just the infinitive without
The first one.
to. Yeah. Yeah, like go, do, see. Base verb is infinitive without do, without to. I'm going to type that. Infinitive without to. All right, so when you see base verb, that's what we mean by base verbs. That's will. Let's look at be going to plus the base verb. We use this form. This form is used when plans have already been made in advance. So if you have a plan that is set, that you're certain of, the plans are made, then we use going to. For example, if you have plans to go camping next weekend and someone asks you what you are going to do, you could answer, I'm going to go camping next weekend. All right, and let's have David, hello.
Hi, Stephanie. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fine, thank you.
Good. Welcome to class. Would you read our three examples for us here?
Sure. Example. He is going to study all night for his test. They are going to go to Disneyland next spring. I am definitely going to call you tomorrow.
Excellent. Thank you very much, David. A couple of notes. Be, when you see be here in the form, you conjugate that, right? I am, they are, you are. Important pronunciation note. Going to sounds like gonna when we're talking about plans. Not when we're actually going to a place, but when we're talking about plans with the future tense, we say gonna. He's gonna study all night. They are gonna go to Disneyland. I am definitely gonna call you tomorrow. This is more casual than will. So this is more for social plans, informal situations. All right, let's pause here for questions. Any questions so far? Okay, and I see Anna Carolina has joined us. Anna Carolina, hello.
Hello, Stephanie.
Welcome, glad you're here.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, and this note also says never write gonna. You might see gonna in texting, or you might see it in, if you're reading a book with characters talking, you might see it.
Stephanie, sorry, the only difference between going to and will is going to is more casual or there is something else?
There is something else
Okay,
coming
great.
up, and it has to do. It's related to this. It has to do with plans. Um, and actually, I think it's coming up a little later. But there are some situations where you have to use will, or you have to use going to.
Okay.
Great question, and we are going to get to that. For now, to start, that's our biggest difference between the two. All right. The third way of referring to future time is the verb be, again, conjugated according to the subject, and the ing, the present participle of the verb. So this, you might recognize this as the present progressive tense. So sometimes English speakers use the present progressive as a future form. It's used the same way as to be going to when plans are already made. For example, if you have plans to go camping next weekend and someone asks what you are going to do, you could answer, I'm going camping next weekend. The present progressive is a casual way of forming the future, and it's most often used for the near future. The other note is that with this form, you will almost always have a time phrase.
It is a casual way of forming the future tenses. So in this case, we shouldn't use in the formal writing.
That seems to be what they're suggesting here, but I would say that this is acceptable in, for example, in business or at work. You could certainly say to your boss, I'm working on that project tomorrow. So it is a little more casual, but it's still appropriate for the workplace.
Okay, thank you.
Great, good question. All right. Now here are some fun rules or notes that'll help straighten some of this out. Actually, I will pause one more time. Are there any other questions on the three forms? Great. Questions will arise as we get to practicing. First note is important. We often use time markers to indicate the future, especially when we're using present progressive. So common time markers are here. I'm going to have someone read these. Let's have Anna Carolina, would you read the time markers for us?
Sure. Tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, etc. From now, 2 days from now, 3 weeks from now, etc. In 4 days, in 2 months, etc. When two future sentences are joined together, see note 2.
Okay, thank you, Anna Carolina. All right, so we're going to see a lot of these time phrases throughout the exercises. And this one, and note 2, is pretty important. When we have two future verbs in the same sentence, this is very important. What happens when we use two future verbs in the same sentence? Well, English does not use a future form twice in most sentences. So this can be confusing because you might not know what time a clause is in. Okay. The simple future form is used in the independent clause and the simple present is used in the dependent clause. We will practice this, so don't worry too much yet. And I'll point this out in examples. Second note to this is that the order of clauses can change in a sentence with no difference in meaning. So the best way to know which clause is dependent and requires a present verb is to look for the adverb of time, when or while. When a sentence begins with a dependent clause, a comma must be used. We'll look at that. Third rule for this note, the verb in the dependent clause is in the simple present tense, so third person singular subjects take a verb ending in S. All right, what this means. Actually, let me have a volunteer read these first two. Greg, would you read those two sentences for us, please?
He will call you when he arrives in Las Vegas tomorrow. When he arrives in Las Vegas tomorrow, he will call you.
Excellent.
We are going to study for the final exam when my friends come over next weekend. When my friends come over next weekend, we are going to study for the final exam. She's going to apply to university when she graduates. When she graduates, she's going to apply to university.
Very nice. Thank you. So these are all complex sentences with more than one clause. All of these sentences have a dependent clause and an independent clause. We will practice this in the exercises, but just for you to notice, here we see our future form. That's the independent clause. And in the dependent clause, we have just the present simple. All right. So for now, just remember this rule. We do not use the future form twice in a sentence. I feel like that's very heavy grammar, so I want to just kind of continue. We are going to go through this chart. This is a great chart to have to study. Let's have someone, we're going to read down. This chart reads down. So for will and the base verb, someone will read the use, the notes, the example with a negative, and the question example. Actually, no, we're gonna get right to the exercises. We have a lot to do. But I want everyone to have this open. Use this if you need a reference, especially the uses. All right. I feel like this is a lot, but let's just jump into it, and we'll sort it all out. These always go from easier to more difficult. So in this first one, we're just looking at will and will not. When it's your turn, just read the sentence and fill in the blank with will or will not and the base form verb. So for example, my neighbor is sick, so he will not go to work tomorrow morning. All right, Hector, will you try number 2 for us, please?
Yes. My mom will turn the lights off at 9 p.m.
Perfect. Great. Turkey, next one.
Okay. I think we'll walk home today. I will walk.
Good. Yep, we have to repeat the subject. Excellent. Notice that the dependent clause is in the simple present.
Okay.
Great. Anna Carolina, next one.
Their kids won't play in the park after dark.
Great, and nice job with the contraction. Will not is contracted to won't. David, next one.
Our teacher will give us a quiz next Thursday.
Perfect. Great. Greg, next one.
Okay, my husband will call back you after he gets out of the shower.
Good. Call you back. Excellent. Back to Hector, number 7.
Sorry, yes. The movie will start at 8 p.m.
Right. Great. Thank you, Hector. And Turkey, the last one.
Okay. Her parents will not will not text her. They will call her instead.
Great. Excellent. All right. Thank you, everyone. Easy peasy to start with. Any questions? All right. I didn't think so. That's probably the stuff you already know. The next one's the same, but focuses on the contractions. Torn. Okay, we'll do this, but we're going to go fast. So if you'll use O instead of will, and won't instead of will not. This abbreviation is very, very common, so this is a pronunciation thing. Number 2, back to Anna Carolina.
I will have some I'm sorry. I will have some coffee, please.
Great. David.
Yep. He'll play video games after school.
Perfect. Heal. Okay. Greg, 4.
The children won't read books after that are too difficult.
Easy, easy. Hector, next one.
Yes, sorry. I will not study for my test tonight because I'm sick.
Okay, and we need the contraction.
I won't study for my test tonight because I'm sick.
Good. All right. And Turkey, how about number 5?
Okay. Number 5. We'll eat dinner at 7 p.m.
Great. Sounds nice. Excellent. I think we're good on these. We're just going to move on, if that's okay with everyone. All right. I like this one. And we are going to do some writing. Oh, boy. All right. We're going to do a little fun with this. I'm going to open a Google Doc. And we are going to just practice a couple writing with will and will not. And the task is to write a fortune. So fortune, a fortune tells the future. So we're going to tell each other's futures. We'll just take a couple minutes to do this. Let me get a link to share with everyone. All right. I know some of you are familiar with the Google Chat or with the Google Documents. Most of you are, I think. We won't spend much time on this, but let's spend 5 minutes and write 5 sentences with will and 5 with will not. That will all start with you. So as you can see on the Google Doc, You can just put your name, just like Anna did, and then start writing below that. Number them 1 through 10. Try to do 10, but we are going to put a time limit on, so don't worry if you don't get them all finished. And let me share that screen as well. And now we can see. Ooh. Oh, sorry, everyone. You need to write you. We're going to do a little game. So just change I to you. And you have about 2 more minutes. Alright, under a minute left if you're not finished. All right, are we finished? About 10 seconds left. Um, all right, time's up. So finish your sentences if you haven't already. Be sure to number your sentences from 10 to 1. I mean 1 to 10. Where's the... And we're going to just play a quick little game. Here we go. Let's see, whose turn will it be first? Okay. I'm going to roll the dice. Actually, no, I'm going to choose a person, roll the dice, and then they will read a fortune to someone. I'll do mine first. So let's see. David, I'm going to read a fortune for you.
Okay.
All right. This fortune is for you, number 9. You will make a new friend this year.
Okay.
All right. There's your fortune. Now you choose somebody to give a fortune to.
To Ana Carolina.
Okay. Give her number 7.
Number 7. From which?
From yours, I suppose.
Okay. You won't win the lottery the next year.
Oh, poor
So
Ana Carolina.
Okay,
you are
okay.
going to pour.
I won't buy any tickets then.
Yeah, might as well not, since you know
Okay.
you won't win.
Gregor. To Gregor.
All right, Gregors, get ready for your fortune.
Okay, I'm ready.
Number 6.
I don't have number 6.
Not your husband. Your wife will move to the US and you will ask for a divorce.
Oh, boy. So, Greg, are you married?
No, I'm not. Sorry.
When you get married.
First you'll get married and then she'll divorce you and move to the US. So, funny, that's a good one. All right, yeah. Greg, choose somebody for a fortune.
Yeah. I don't know. Who wasn't yet?
Turkey wasn't hit.
Turkey. And it was number 8, and I didn't finish it.
Oh, I'll just spin again.
I have to make up my own. So with won't. Okay, Turkey. So what to think? In the next month, you won't buy a new computer.
Oh, sad.
Unfortunately, my plan to buy next month a new computer, but you made it very difficult for me.
That's funny. Excellent, very nice one. And so, Turkey, you'll do one for me. I'm eager to see what my fortune is. 5.
Okay. Maybe you'll go eating the dinner.
Ooh, I will eat dinner.
Yes.
I like that. That's a pretty safe. No, read me your number 5. What do you have on the Google Doc?
You will visit your family next Friday.
Oh, wow. That's actually true. That actually is my future. Next Friday is Christmas Day. And I will go visit my mom.
Okay.
So, very nice. You are a fortune teller. Who knew?
Maybe.
All right, great, everyone. That was really probably more for fun than for your grammar stuff. Good. It's good to review. I didn't see any mistakes in your writing, so I think you've got will for the future mastered. Let's look at be going to. So this is similar to will. We're just kind of filling in the blanks here. We'll go kind of quickly, but please, if you have a question, just ask. Anna Carolina, will you do the first one for us?
Okay. My house is very dirty. I'm going to clean it up. No, to clean. Sorry. To clean it tomorrow.
Yeah.
By the way, what's the difference between clean and clean up?
No difference. Actually, you could have said I'm going to clean it up tomorrow. I guess, well, slight difference between clean and clean up. Clean up has to be with something that has many small pieces, or a mess. Clean up indicates like a mess that you're fixing. Clean by itself you could clean something that isn't very dirty. Really small difference, not important. But great question. I'm trying to think of it. For example, I wouldn't clean up my face. I would clean my face, but I would not clean up my face. I would clean my clothes, but probably not clean up my clothes. Good question. Number 3, David.
Can I ask something?
Oh, yes, please do.
Is there any technical difference between clean up or clear up?
Clear up is a little more British. I don't use clear up to mean clean. So I'd say that's the biggest difference. Clear up in American English, we would just say clean up.
Okay.
Sometimes we might say clear up. It's not a very strict Britishism, but I think that's really the only difference I see.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, great question. All right. Let's carry on. Oh, Turkey's left us as well. Okay. Well, the 3 of you are more advanced than this, but let's carry on. So, David, I think it was your turn.
Yes, Stephanie. Miriam is going to a party next Saturday. She's going to wear her new red dress.
Wonderful. All right. Greg, number 4.
Okay. Robert bought a new painting at the art show. He is going to hang it over the sofa in his living room.
Great. Excellent. Anna Carolina, 5.
The hockey championship is next month. The boys are going to practice it, or no, every night next week. Stephanie, don't we need the pronoun?
We don't.
Why?
Practice goes both ways. Practice can be transitive or intransitive. So that means sometimes it can take an object, but it's not necessary. If you wanted to refer back to the championship, you could say they are going to practice for it.
Okay. And if the verb was play, because you play hockey.
Then you still wouldn't necessarily have to say it. It would be clear from the sentence before that they're playing hockey. The boys are going to play every night next week. Yeah, no object with play either. Great questions. All right, 6. David again.
Okay. It's our parents' anniversary tomorrow. We are going to give them a gift certificate to a popular restaurant.
Good. Excellent. Give them. Thank you, David. And our last one, Greg.
My car has a flat tire. My brother is going to change it later today.
Perfect. All right. Any questions on that? I just based on the students who are here, I feel we can skip ahead a little bit. If that's okay with everyone. This one's a little bit better. I just feel that one is really below all of your levels. This one's a little bit challenging, maybe still easy, but so with be going to, we're going to practice in the positive or the negative, and this is kind of like giving advice, not quite, but what will happen based on something. So when it's your turn, you'll read the sentence. For example, she has a bad toothache. And then you'll tell us what she's going to do or what she won't do. All right, let's have Greg go first on that one.
He is going to look up in the definition in his dictionary.
Definition in his dictionary.
Yeah.
Perfect. Anna Carolina too.
Hold on. She wants to see that new movie, but doesn't know what time it starts. And she's going to call the movie theater and ask, or she's not going to arrive in time. I don't know.
Yeah, great. You only have to do one, but great, 2 is even better. More bonus points.
Actually, I said in time instead.
Oh, sorry, I changed that. Yeah, in time. I think I would say on time.
Why?
Because we do say in time too. Hang on.
Because once I arrived late in a classroom, and I said, thank God I arrived on time. And then the teacher said in time.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say it really doesn't matter, but on time is correct. I think I use them a little bit differently.
Could you?
Like on time I use very, very commonly for scheduled things. The subway wasn't on time. I didn't start class on time. I always start class on time. But I would use in time for something, maybe something that's starting, I don't know, it's a real small difference again, but something that's starting, like an example when I would use in time would be, I didn't arrive in time to see my sister before she left. So I guess I don't really know off the top of my head what the difference there is, but on time, for scheduled things, we use on time a lot, like showing up to work.
I think I've got it.
That's a great question, and a really kind of a small difference, but definitely a little difference.
I think I understand the difference now.
Oh, good. Good, because I'm not sure if I do, but great. Great question, as always. David, I think your turn for the next one.
Bill doesn't want to change jobs. Mm, he's going to speak with his boss.
Great. Great, and hopefully his boss will say he doesn't have to. Excellent. Greg again.
Grandma feels very tired, and Grandma is going to fall asleep a bit earlier.
Great. Oops, I'm not spelling very well today. Very nice. 5, back to Anna.
Okay. Carla is baking a cake and just run out of sugar. She's going to use honey instead.
That's a good alternative. Yum. Great. David, 6.
Okay. John doesn't need to go to work today. He's going today a day off and have fun.
He's going to have a day off.
And have fun.
Oh, have a day off and have fun. Good for him.
Yeah.
Oops, have a day
Oh.
Fine. Great, very nice. Lucky John. Great. Greg, 7.
Rhonda and Mary are thinking about taking a holiday, but do not know where to go. So I don't know. So what I will do. Rhonda and Mary are going to but they are going to.
I just didn't feel like typing it. I was being lazy.
Yeah, I know. It's really. They are going to cover their eyes and point out at the random place on the map.
Oh, fun. I like that solution. I've always wanted to do that someday.
Yeah.
Great. All right, last 2. Anna, number 8.
Someone stole our car last night. We are going to cry a river.
Yes. I definitely would. Great. And our last one, David.
Yeah. Margaret gained 10 pounds in the past month. She's going to compete in The Biggest Loser.
Oh, I like that. That's so funny. Great solution there. Funny fun. Okay, any questions? Again, I think this probably wasn't very challenging for you all. All right. Let's, looking at time, I think, not sure how far ahead I want to skip. Wanted to get to the complex sentences where it's a little more challenging with the independent and dependent clauses. So let's see. Oh boy, what's going to be our best one with our last little time we have? This one I think is our best. Let's do this one. So we have, oh gosh, will we even have enough time? We'll start it. So this is with future sentences with 2 clauses. Both will and going to are correct in the independent clause. You know what? Here's a question for you all. Are you all joining me in the next hour?
Yeah, I would do. I would do it.
Okay, Greg will be here. Anna, will you be here in the next hour?
No, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It's okay. I'm just wondering for our benefit. How about you, David? Are you coming to the part 2?
Yeah, sure. I will
Okay.
attend.
All right, then let's kind of end. If Anna Carolina doesn't mind, why don't we end with some conversation? And just a little bit of talking about plans. So everyone, we're going to talk about plans for this weekend, plans for 5 years from now, and plans for 10 years from now. So everyone, think for a moment. Plans for this weekend, plans for 5 years from now, and plans for 10 years from now. One thing for each. I'll go first. This weekend, I am flying to Minnesota to see my family. So that's my plans for this weekend. This weekend, I'm flying to Minnesota. 5 years from now, I don't know where I will be working or where I will be living, but I hope I am still dating my boyfriend. And then 10 years from now, I am going to travel the world because I will have made $1 million, and I'm going to spend the rest of my life traveling. Okay, so that was the example, and as you can see, I used the present progressive, will, and going to. I think I used all 3 forms. All right, who wants to go next?
I can try.
All right, go ahead, Greg.
In this week, I'm going to finish one of the most boring books about Second World War, World War II. Sorry. In the next 5 years, I'm going to create my own company, or maybe I will find a job that I will like. In the next 10 years, I hope that I will be fluent in Spanish because I am struggling very heavily since the last year.
Awesome. All right, great plans. Excellent. And I noticed you used going to and will, and you naturally used will for the less certain, farther out plans.
Yeah, I know it's correct.
Great. Yeah, it is correct. It is. Great. So very nice, Greg. Good luck on all those goals. David, how about you?
Yes, Bonnie, I will try. This weekend, I will go with my family and probably my girlfriend to see Christmas lights and to visit some malls.
All right.
The next 5 years, I am going to be a professional with a luxury car, with an expensive house, a beautiful wife, and we will be traveling a lot.
Nice. Nice. Again, moving naturally to the will for kind of more farther out, less certain things.
And for the far future, I hope to be retired very young and live in some beach or near to the sea in a house with my family and money.
Wonderful, wonderful. Excellent. That sounds like a great future.
Thank you.
Good luck. All right, Anna Carolina, how about you?
Okay. This weekend I am going to Rio to see my family, and I will eat on out. I will eat at the Outback, and I will buy ice cream in a gelatery, and I will go shopping as well, just a little bit. In 5 years, I will be speaking English fluently. I will be able to watch movies without subtitles, and I will be understanding all lyrics quickly.
Excellent. Good
I
goal.
hope so. And in 10 years, I will be rich. I hope
Great. Great.
very rich, and I will be speaking Spanish as well, and learning one more language, maybe.
Oh, wonderful. Good goals. I see them all coming true for you in the future. All right, very nice, everyone. We didn't get as far into the more difficult grammar, but great job, and I'll see you next hour or not. Have a good evening. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Thank you. See you soon.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, bye,
See you.
bye.
Bye.